What's up, guys? This is Mike Lewis, going to be casting game number 2, Gamesboard versus Bag of Chips and Pepperoni, the CBP side, taking game number 1 after picking up 4 melee heroes and Tinker. It was pretty sweet to watch, I would say, yeah. And of course, the person you just heard is Nist, who is going to be casting alongside me.
Yeah, I'm right here with you, buddy. So, interesting game we had last time. Gonna have hopefully another interesting one this time. If you see the Invokers actually banned, it's not gonna be seeing that one again, but you know, should be a fun match again. Two teams that seem pretty evenly matched. If we get another game like that, even if it's only a two game series, I am fine with that.
Yeah, and of course, I think the important thing is that they've shown that they're not afraid to pick heroes that people don't consider good. Slardar, Witch Doctor, those types of picks. If they're willing to pick heroes like that, maybe they want to go one step further. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Although we do see the Bristleback again, which I'm interested in the fact that they're letting Bristleback through this time, and automatically Bag of Chips melee hero. There we go. But Venomancer the pickup. Doom. Did you see them play Doom at all in the last series at all?
I think yes, I did. They went for a refresher rush.
Oh, okay.
And they won the game, but the refresher rush was actually didn't do anything.
Yeah, I've never really been a fan of the refresher rush on Doom. I think that there are a lot of better items for him. A lot of people will contest that it's better to go for the more utility build, which is a nice build to be able to go for, but I still like to go for, personally, when I play pubs, the full Rice build on Doom and just completely hard carry the game with items like the Radiance.
Yeah, I went Hand of Midas into Refresher Orb, so it wasn't like a complete rush, but yeah, I personally don't have that much respect for Doom. I know that he is a very powerful hero in certain circumstances, but Refresher probably not the way you want to go, especially versus this team. They were up against a Timbersaw as well as a Slark, so it was kind of understandable that you want to get that silence out on as many people as possible, but yeah, I agree with you. Refresher is a decent item, but later. You get other stuff first, then when it's super late, you want to get that Doom just for the silence on 2 people, then you might want to consider Refresher.
Yeah, Doom is a very situational hero to begin with, which is why I'm interested in the fact they picked it here, but the Refresher on Doom is an extremely situational item. Some heroes just like to pick up the Refresher just because they're good with it, like when Tidehunter was still a thing, which, bring back Tidehunter, please, such a great hero. Refresher is great on him, but Doom, if you have a lineup, or you're going up against the lineup like you have, like you were talking about with the Timbersaw and the Slark, by all means get a Refresher, because if you could double Doom people on that team, amazing to be able to do. But Alchemist to pick up here, more melee apparently. So 2 strength heroes with Venomancer. I mean, Venomancer, if you're going to pick any support to go with melee heroes, I think Venomancer is the one.
Yeah, I would agree. But maybe a Tidehunter as another pickup. Well, we could only hope, right? But let's see if Gamesboard, seeing this, the start of a very melee-heavy lineup, have any way of preparing for that. Looks like they're going to be playing pretty vanilla, actually. Nothing too special aside from, dual supports. Could get some pretty good roaming into the mid lane, who Bag of Chips still has not picked up thus far. Bristleback.
In the lane?
What was that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're cutting out, though.
I am? Okay, give me 1 second.
Alright, just let me know when. But yeah, Bristleback will most likely go to a lane by himself, where he will be pretty functional, especially against a Doom, especially against an Alchemist. Those quills do a lot of damage, especially when the enemies have no armor. Not going to have that huge amount of synergy. There's going to be no Acid Spray, no amplified damage this time for Gamesboard, but regardless, they will have a tanky frontline hero, which last game they really lacked, because last game, CBP, they just bursted right through the front lines with the Bristleback, with the blinking Slardar later on, and then at that point you can't do anything. Even if they had a front line, it was broken pretty easily because they didn't have a front line earlier. But seeing those secondary bans coming out, let's take a quick look at those. Gamesboard focusing very heavily into the mid lane. And are you back yet?
Yep, looks like I should be okay now. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with my router right now. Occasionally they just decide to be really annoying. Gotta love it sometimes. Melee! Oh gosh. Naga supporter, Naga carry. What do we got here? That's the big question.
I personally don't really like Naga Siren as a support hero. I feel like if you're going to be doing that, like her ultimate is strong, but your ultimate is strong no matter what. Yeah. I just feel like there's other heroes that could do her job better as support, because she's just a disable and tiny amounts of damage.
Well, I feel like she's also one of those supports that can start to become really, really great. Like, if you add in the fact that, yes, she has a disable, so there's a good thing. Goes through BKB, net's amazing. But then you also add in the fact that she has her Riptide, which is by far, like, one of the best minus armor abilities out there for a support. Vengeful Spirit is another one of those. But then also you add in the fact that she has a Song of the Siren, which a lot of people look at in the wrong way. Instead of being an initiation spell, you should use it as a team stopping spell. And if you add those all together, I really do think that Naga Siren is a good support, but I do not want to see Naga Siren come back as a carry. Please do not bring back
She
GI2.
could do all those things as a carry, though. She'll still have the minus armor. She'll still have the Song of the Siren to stop stuff. She won't be roaming as heavily, but she, like anyone could do that initiation role with the net. Like, Rubik can do that and do it better, I think. He'll have more presence in the
lane. The biggest
lane.
thing with Naga Siren is that you get all of that without having to dedicate a carry role to it.
Yeah, I mean, Naga Siren carry isn't the best. I just think it's better than the Naga Siren support. But by the way, we have another 4 melee pickup from the
Why
CBP
melee?
side.
It's just so ridiculously greedy. And this time they're going to face a Bristleback with it. So, if this Bristleback gets farmed, I don't know how they're actually going to be able to deal with it. Because even with the Doom on Bristleback, he's still going to be so hard to kill.
Yeah, Doom on Bristleback is just a bad idea. It's actually just not gonna do much at all. But Gamesboard picking up a Shadow Shaman, so that's going to be their mid lane hero. Most likely, I don't know, Nyx, maybe Alchemist in the mid lane. Either way, Shadow Shaman should have a slight edge in that. Gamesboard's still looking for a primary farmer, and that's probably someone who could just, just go hand to hand with all these melee heroes. You don't want something who's like a Drow Ranger, or, I mean, they're obviously not going to pick a Drow Ranger, but they need someone with a little bit of bulk.
Yeah, honestly, I would be surprised if they pick up something like, even personally, like a DK would actually be pretty interesting to be able to have.
A Lifestealer.
Ooh, Lifestealer could actually work pretty well. The issue is that Doom would be able to deal with the Lifestealer pretty easily if you just doomed him out.
That's true.
Even something like a Luna or a Gyrocopter could be decent against this team, just because you could kite them around pretty easily, but...
And Call Down would absolutely wreck them.
Yeah, there's a lot of different heroes that they could actually pick up. Although I do like Lifestealer, that would be a nice one. There are quite a few options for them. I still think that DK would be a nice one, just because of the amount of armor that he has, and it would help to counter just the minus armor that they have on the side of bags of chips. Because I'm personally one of those heroes. I'm one of those heroes out there.
I've never played you before.
Yeah, I know. I'm usually not picked up that much. It's pretty sad.
That sucks.
Yeah, I don't have any stuns. It's just all passives. I'm one
Old
of those
Lifestealer.
guys. I'm one of those guys in ability draft. All passives every time.
Oh yeah, that's the best.
Best one, just getting off topic, best one was my Razor that had Glaives, had Legion Commander heal, or her lifesteal thing, and I can't remember the other one, and then had Legion Commander Ultimate, which I guess is not a passive, but Luna Aura. There we go.
Nice.
Just get into the late game with that hero. You can't stop it.
Yeah, I had a Razor with Grow and Flat Cannon.
Oh boy.
That was fun.
Oh,
I don't even remember the other things. Oh, speaking, that was relevant. That was relevant.
Thank you, Gamesboard, for making our useless banter relevant.
So this Razor, unfortunately, doesn't have Grow, doesn't have Duel, only has lane control, but I don't really know how much I like this Razor. I mean, he is a tanky hero as far as ranged heroes go. Like, it's Viper and Razor, those are generally the more tanky ones. There's no one you really need to steal damage from. I mean, you obviously will always find a use for it. I think DK would have been a much better pick, just because they'll be able to make pushing happen along with the wards from the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, I feel like it's just going to come down to, depending on who is their carry, I think that no matter who you steal the damage from, it will be effective damage stolen, because Doom running around right-clicking you is not fun. Alchemist is not fun when that happens, and Naga Siren is not fun when that happens. They're three major damage dealers depending on who goes carry, and I feel like Razor will be able to deal with those pretty decently depending on who has the most farm, really. Especially when you add in Shadow Shaman, Rubik, Crystal Maiden able to lock somebody down in order for the damage to continue happening.
Yes, the Razor as the last pick probably is going to be just going towards side lane. We might even be seeing a Bristleback, Crystal Maiden, Rubik challenge, because Razor is so capable of handling a lane by himself, but especially against a guaranteed melee matchup, Razor is just going to have an absolute field day. But just taking a quick look at the CBP side, who's going to be playing what? We have Nusham supporting as the Venomancer. Jenkins is going to be probably midding up as the Nyx Assassin, so it's going to be a Nyx versus Shadow Shaman matchup, most likely. Tabo on the Alchemist is going to be supporting. Shredder going to be farming as the Doom, and he did go for the Refresh Orb last time. This time, probably not going to be the best idea, and we have Fact or Fiction on the Naga Siren.
Yeah. I'm over on the side of Gamesboard. I'm just gonna go through them one by one. Weezer or Weezer, I don't know. I've been pronouncing it Weezer all day, but I pronounce everything wrong, so it doesn't really matter.
I have
On
no
the
idea.
Crystal Maiden, on the Bristleback, we're going to be seeing greater than period less than, as I like to call him. Razor being played by Gasior, Rubik being played by Blacks, and finally ending it all up, we're going to be seeing Sasu, or Sasso, whatever you want to say, on the Shadow Shaman. And looks like we do have a four-man death squad moving up to the top lane here. They're going to try and find somebody, but I don't think they're really going to be able to kill anybody here with being Doom, Alchemist, and Venomancer.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
if they
agree.
catch Bananamancer.
Once again, guys, this is League of Dota Season 2, sponsored by eGamingBets.com, so be sure to check them out, support them, thereby supporting the tournament, thereby supporting us, because it's all
Yep.
about us, of course,
Oh, it's all about Mike and I.
all the time.
Not
So
the players, not anybody else.
be sure to check those guys out. They're very generous by sponsoring this tournament and also buy the ticket if you haven't done so already. And I think we could just look to see how these lanes are going to shape up right now. Rubik going to camp out in the jungle for now, but it looks like it's going to be try-v-try. I think I got to favor the Radiant just a little bit more just because they have poking damage. And we saw in one of my previous sets, Doom getting poked by the CM, it like literally did no damage because Stout Shield, and he had a Wild Wing inside him, so he had the armor as well. But we'll see what
This
can
time
happen
around-
this time.
Yeah, this time around it's going to be a little bit different, but it looks as though they might actually be rotating down here, maybe? I don't know what Rubik and Crystal Maiden are up to, but looks like they're moving down towards the bottom lane even.
Maybe they're just giving tangos to Sasu?
We're blocking the wave.
blocking?
Actually, blocking the wave. Three-man blocks. Hey.
Yo, and it's still not even
Range
working
could
that
go,
well.
Crystal Maiden. No. Learn to block. But either way, I can't really talk any smack. I'm terrible at blocking.
Okay, so tri-lane mid, probably not what we're going to be seeing, but regardless, it is going to be the Shadow Shaman who's going to go for probably the fastest bottle you could possibly go for. Going up toe-to-toe with Jenkins, they're going to look to put some early aggression onto this Nyx Assassin who's gone for Mana Burn level 1. That's a huge green light for the Rubik, who's just going to start circling around, though I think Jenkins smells something coming. Yeah, the ward spotted out Blacks. He's not going to die anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to go on that Nyx Assassin. And that also gives the green card to possibly try and go on Bristleback here. Alchemist has his stun available, Venomancer has his Gale available, Doom is, over here eating a creep. Oh, that's a troll summoner. That's not fun if you're a melee hero trying to go up against that at all. If he's able to get that net off. But, looks like he's going to be AFK jungling, basically.
Taking a look at the bottom lane, Naga Siren is going to have literally 0 damage to last hit with. So I don't think she's going to be getting much farm or experience. Razor is going to have an absolute field day, as I said before. There's nothing that Activation could actually do about this.
Yeah. It's just simply the fact that when Razor decides to start to go in damage to the target, he is faster than all of them, I believe. Especially with his passive, I think he's going to end up being faster. Maybe not the Naga Siren. She might actually, she'll be faster than him, I believe, throughout the game. But other than that, he can go on any other target and just keep the damage steal going, especially when you have the Crystal Maiden to lock him in place, as well as slow him, and Rubik being able to lock him in place, and then Bristleback gooing.
Yeah, Gazior is going to have a very, very easy time. Taking a look at this top lane where any aggression is probably going to happen, we do see some... We could see some aggressive roaming from the Alchemist as well as Venomancer, though it looks like the Doom is just going to jungle for now, is deciding not to risk the lane. Bristleback with his Quills, pure physical versus the 0 base armor of Doom. It's actually pretty favorable for the Bristleback, support or not.
Venomancer gets picked up and thrown down by the Rubik, and now we have Nyx Assassin moving in as well, and Pale hits. We're going to see the Mana Burn coming out in just a second as well. Oh, we just see the Fade Book, and it's stopped the damage a little bit, but there goes the Frostbite onto the Bananamancer. Double damage to user and Shadow Shaman, and there goes the Shock from him, but the stun from the Alchemist is going to be able to stop him there.
I think Nusham is just dead. There's a Shackle and a double damage on Sasu, though he's running pretty quick. The other Rubik circling around with the Telekinesis, and oh, Jukes.
Will he get away? Will he get away here?
Oh, no, they see him.
Okay.
Well,
Bananamancer will die.
well.
They don't have a Frostbite. This is possible.
Telekinesis, though.
Yeah,
Up to the high. No!
Oh!
He didn't throw them back! Greedy!
Nope.
It's going to be a kill regardless. Jenkins going to come right back in. Does not have any mana. The double damage from Sasu. Going to get a huge Shackle. Look at that range. And a Zap to get the kill. Gamesboard have to a good start.
Yeah, already off to a really good start, actually. 2 kills on the board, none for Chipbag here. And at the same time, Bristleback up top is just completely zoning anybody that tries to go for him. Currently, highest last hits being 17 and 3 already at the 3-minute mark.
Yeah, picking up a Doom just for the jungle, I mean, it's a good way of getting the Doom guaranteed safety and the levels and experience, but then you have a dual lane up against a Bristleback, and that's probably not going to end well, especially when the Bristleback is, having Rubik and CM rotating in and out. Bottom lane, there's no way that the Dire side can actually win that. They need rotation down there, or they just need to sack the Naga Siren altogether, but the Naga Siren doesn't have a contingency plan. She can't jungle if things get hairy. She's no Nature's Prophet or anything like that. She's just going to have to, rough it out.
Yeah, Crystal Nova just come through. They're just going to try and dive this Venomancer. Even with the Gale, not going to matter. Frostbite comes forward, and Bristleback does not care about any tower. Oh, Quote Spray flies in. We're going to have one more Quote Spray come out in a second. That will be enough to be able to kill off the Venomancer. Gets the kill, but this is still going to be the death of Bristleback. It's killed off. He does get split between the Venomancer and the Alchemist. Crystal Maiden is actually not where you want to be right now, and going to need to try and run.
Very slowly, though she does have boots, so it's not like too slowly. Tabo with creeps, will do a lot of damage to this Crystal Maiden. Teleportation support coming in. Oh, also Shredder there with the net. Gale gonna land. Good night, Crystal Maiden.
Yep. Goodbye, Crystal Maiden. You are not quite as swift as the Woes of Ice Rack, so have fun with that one.
Doom getting a pretty nice kill. I mean, that'll possibly give him a jump start into his Hand of Midas. It'll give him a jump start on something. He does have the Ring of Basilius up right now, and he's going to be getting some guaranteed farm. That's just what Doom does, especially if you feed him some extra kills. I mean, he's going to have a very happy time with that. But I think Hand of Midas on Shredder is got to be the way you go, because your other lanes aren't getting farm. You need to be getting that farm.
Yeah, he does also pick up the Glove of Haste as well as 2 Clarity, so he's going to try and go for that. Either that or just a Power Transfer for a good reason. Or a Maelstrom. I mean, there are options, but bad options. But options either way.
They're bad, but you could still go for them if you really want to.
Sort of like me, how my friends always tell me. I always ask them if I can sniper jungle on the Radiant. But like, just because you can, doesn't mean you should.
Most of the time, it means you shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Medusa, go to the Ancients. That'll work.
Yep. I look at myself as a jungle connoisseur. I try and jungle as many heroes as I possibly can.
Oh yeah, if you get the choke point jungling, you could do it with so many heroes.
Yeah. As well as using the Radiant one over here with the trees, the Dire one over here with the trees, either one. So amazing.
So Tabo's actually just doing a bounty hunter thing right now. He's just like hiding deep within the trees. Is he actually stuck? Did the trees grow back? Is he stuck?
No, he's not. He's able to get out. Oh, maybe he's actually stuck.
Tabo, please.
He'll be fine. He just ate a tree there. He'll be perfectly fine. And we also have the Venomancer who can break him out if he needs to. But yeah, he's fine. Just enough big enough gap there.
Alright, there we go. It's good to know. That would have been embarrassing, man.
That would have been hysterical, actually.
It would have been both.
Yeah.
Bristleback gonna receive a lot of support, and CBP, they are not gonna have a fun time right now. Tabo once again gonna try to find refuge in the trees, but lifts it up, and he explodes on impact.
Yep.
Easy kill there. Sasu does have his Serpent Wards up, and the top lane tower is not gonna be up for very long.
Venomancer's also right now caught in the trees, and they're going to know he's there seeing as how wards are coming down. They're going to try and kill off these wards.
We can't get through. How do we get through these things?
Venomancer going to have that sad moment of, I'm going to die. It's like in the zombie flicks when you hear the zombies coming down the hallway, but there's nothing you can do about it.
And now here's some more suspense in a pause.
No, not the pauses.
The Venomancer, I think you buy up boots, buy up some obs, and then you accept your death.
Yeah.
Or you go down swinging.
Accept your death nobly. Just, you're gonna die, do it.
Commit Sudoku.
Seppuku.
In the meantime, bottom lane, Naga might die here. There's phase boots on the Razor. I think Naga's dead.
140 damage stolen.
It's
Phase
200
boots
to
has
pop.
440. Yeah, should die here.
He needs 3 hits, and Naga has no ensnare. Actually went for 2 points in mirror images. I think at this point, the Naga, she's getting a couple levels. She doesn't have her 6 point in anything actually right now, but I think just roaming as the Naga Siren is probably going to be a lot more effective for the Dire side than going down here and getting bullied by the Razor.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Naga Siren's gonna die here. Just looking at the damage that's stolen, duration is perfectly fine for him, so not gonna look very good.
Yep.
We have more than enough pause time still, so we're all good.
The problem is that even if she wanted to roam right now, she has no ensnare. I don't know why you would go 2 points in mirror images. I guess ranged last hitting, I guess. Like, You could send your illusions in and try to get some
The reason
CS.
you want to go with it against a Razor, especially because Razor isn't leveling Plasma Field, is because of the fact that you can sort of harass the Razor, you use the mirror images, and then you go in with a Riptide, which is a good 190 damage with a 4 armor reduction. You can get some harassment onto the Razor, but it's just not adding up to be enough to be able to justify it against him.
Yeah, I don't think that's... I mean, it's a lose-lose situation, so
Yeah.
there's no good solution, but... Yeah,
Besides, you know, not having Naga Siren going up against a Razor solo in the off lane.
yeah,
That's the
that would
solution.
be a good solution. If only they could get that going for
Oh,
them.
man. Can we get
But-
another hero? Like, let's put, I don't know, a lone druid in here. Never mind, who's banned?
Yeah, he was banned last.
Sad day.
Actually, yeah, he was banned. Gamesboard banned him.
Yep. Gamesboard banned him as the last ban.
So, yeah, if you're gonna pick a Naga Siren, you gotta have a plan with her. This is not a good plan with her.
I mean, it's a plan. It's not a good one, though.
Yeah, I mean, and
But
just
a plan
because
nonetheless.
it's a thing doesn't mean you should do it. We already went over
I
that.
got this great idea, okay? Great idea. I'm gonna go and Luna jungle. Cool with you guys?
Glaive's bounce, clearing speed.
Oh, second disconnect.
Nusham suddenly is feeling pretty confident in his ability to get out.
Yep. Sham's like, we can do this.
Next
We
level
got this.
tactics.
Okay. Apparently they're rebooting. We also can always just load in.
We are gonna get back into this game after that pause, and let's see how long Nusham lasts. Because I don't think he
Yep.
could actually escape from this one.
Yeah.
He's trying though.
The jukes!
And, oh, actually, bottom lane, the Naga Siren didn't die. In fact, Gazier's gonna die. Jenkins gonna come in, one more hit. He gets the kill on Razor. Instant teleportation sport, and that was a lot of time to have a tactical pause, but, you know, it was
Puppy paws.
not going according to plan. It was from the other team, though.
Yeah. There's an anti-puppy pause.
An anti-puppy pause.
Yep.
That's exactly what it was.
Well, I mean, when the other team puppy pauses, you can use it as a puppy pause also.
Yeah, so layering the okay, I'm gonna just stop. No more puppies unless we have another one. We have a lot of people going down to this bot lane, and I guess they're just pissed because the Razor died. But this Naga Siren, I mean, she's been having a tough time already. She's gonna be having an even tougher time, though. Naga Siren's ultimate, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That's the amazing thing about Naga is that I don't like to use it as an initiation because we saw in TI2 how badly that can go with Navi versus IG, I believe it was.
Yep.
But like, it's just so great to be like, oh, there's a fight happening. Let's just reset the entire fight for a second, get everybody back up, and just have some fun again.
Top lane, Bristleback is gonna get stunned after the acid. Shredder is right behind him with a net, gonna try to get in front of him to prevent that passive from going off. But he's actually doing a lot of damage to the Venomancer. This Bristleback will not be able to catch up, however. But he's doing so much damage, they've just got to back off. He has 100 HP, but they are not willing to go on him. Oh, maybe they will be.
The Alchemist not going to have the big throws.
It might be
big
a
throws.
different kind of big throws.
Big
They're
throws
gonna
coming.
throw the kill. Oh, he lives.
40
Gonna give,
HP.
gonna give him level 6, and then he's gonna be at full HP in no time.
Yep. So right there, Alchemist. That's the scary part about Alchemist Ultimate now, is that I am perfectly fine with the new Alchemist Ultimate personally. I think it's balanced, but in comparison to the old one, it's so much better in my opinion.
Sasu
Nope.
gonna drop his wards into the mid lane, but instantly there's a million heroes. Wizard's here as well. Sasu's gonna live to land off another shock. Tabo's gonna try to run through the wards. Probably not a good idea, but he's gonna live. No, one hit. Gonna get the kill.
Yes, it's
It's
one of those
good.
things you- like as a caster, you can't say anything. You're like just biting your tongue. Like, will it
Yeah.
happen? Will it happen?
And then no Stout Shield. Stout Shield would have saved him. But the wards get dropped. They don't take the tower, however. They take a 1-for-1, 1-for-2 trade? 1-for-1. Not terrible.
Oh, apparently I just disconnected from the server. Okay.
Alright. Let me know when you're back in then. But taking a look back at this bottom lane, Gassier's actually playing a little bit more cautiously than before. Sasu's coming around, and this time Fact to Fiction, well, he has another minute before he's actually in safety. There's no Hex, there's no... oh, but there is a Hex. Changed my mind. Fact to Fiction is going to get a lot of damage, but Sasu can take a stun right in retaliation. Gazier going to pop off the Eye of the Storm and try to make his way out. Jenkins unable to land a stun. He's going to throw it anyway. That was nowhere near anything. But again, they're trying to go for this Naga Siren, but Naga Siren this time, she is backup. She will struggle in lane. She has struggled in the lane. But now she actually has roaming support. Jenkins coming in, the Alchemist coming in, turning it around for a kill on the solo mid-hero Shadow Shaman. Can't ask for much more than that, except for Gil Gassier's going to come right back in. No, Naga Siren, with her high base movement speed, doing a lot to keep her safe. Nusham on the top lane, in the meantime, getting a lot of experience due to this solo lane, and Shredder still jungling up, has the Hand of Midas, has a Ring of Regen. I think he's going to go for, I mean, it's probably not a Vlad's, although it probably is a Vlad's. I think that's going to be the best thing that he has to go for, and Nick Sass is going to find a solo kill on the CM. CM always dying, because that's just her job. But definitely not going to be a Refresher Orb, I would say. It's going to be a Soul Ring from Doom, so it might be a Refresher Orb. I changed my mind. I don't think this is going to be a good game for Refresher Orb, unlike the previous game I casted when there is, Sasu on this mid lane. Tabo going to channel up a stun. Sasu going to drop the wards, going to try to kill off Tabo, but the stun, it actually will work. Suicide. Unfortunately, the Shadow Shaman doesn't actually get anything for it, so it's a little bit wasted. But either way, it is a 1-for-1. Wards get dropped again, not in range of the tower, but I don't think it'll matter. I think they'll be able to take down the tower regardless. But yeah, going back to Doom, going for double Doom it's cute and everything. It's a cool trick, but against this lineup, it's not actually going to be too useful. Black's gonna get squished, and Gassier gonna get netted up as well. No more Gale mana, no more Gale on cooldown actually, so Plague Ward is gonna end up being free farm. And we have a callback.
There we go.
We're back. We have an Impale onto 3. Huge Impale from Jenkins. One hit onto Gassier will do him in. Popping off that Spike Carapace to try to let him escape. Wizir is doomed and as good as dead. Sasu with the pro denies. Let's see it, Sasu. Gonna get it. That's 2 denies in the course of a couple minutes. Now Shredder gonna get shocked up, hexed up. The Plague Ward can try to do him in. Not gonna work. Nusham's got to back off. Sasu's gonna live, bottle up as well. Gonna fight see another day.
So I was able to listen to what was happening. Quite the fights that were happening there, and right now Gamesboard starting to fall a little bit behind. Let's actually go and look at the net worth for everybody. Bristleback is way far ahead right now, 1,000 gold ahead at this point in the game. Pretty big lead.
Jenkins trying to snipe Sasu and or Blacks, but he's gonna get hexed and punished for it. So much greed from Jenkins. Gonna give him an unstoppable streak to Rubik. That's a lot of gold.
800 gold, that's a lot of wards or even whatever else he needs to go and try and pick up. Looks like he's going to try and go for a 4-staff as his first big item. I think picked up the Ring of Regen, unless nobody in this team is going for a mech. Razor's going for the mech. Good idea for him. Oh, an amazing item for Razor to be able to pick up.
So Doom has picked up a Soul Ring, sitting at 700 gold. It might be a Refresher? No, Blades of Attack. Okay, Phase Boots. Okay, we still don't know that yet, but still, Soul Ring's not really an item that you pick up from Doom unless you're planning on doing some shenanigans.
I feel like the Soul Ring is going to be there for some spell casting from the jungle. Honestly, it might even just be Purge that he picked up now. The Purge that he gets from the jungle like that is a pretty good Purge. It really is. Gives you good slow, things like that.
Oh my god, Rubik.
Oh my. Rubik just disintegrating.
That's -5 armor with a huge Vendetta level 2 hit. Kazier can get netted up as well. No stun available, though. Let's see how good he is. Stun gonna miss. Mana Burn not going to miss. Tabo is here as well. Gonna get hit with a Nova and gonna get all the damage drained out from him. RIP Alchemist. You have no escape from this one. Venomancer in the meantime dying in the mid lane. Sasu gonna drop the wards, but dying. I guess he figured he was dead anyway. So it's a 1-for-1 ultimately. 2-for-1 rather.
No, Shredder, need to back. Can't even take on those wards right now with them being level 2. So, very difficult to deal with that. Now, at the same time, you're going to see them trying to push down bottom here, that being a Gamesboard trying to push bottom. T1 tower looking nice and delicious for them. I'm going to try and get it. It'll be the last T1 to go down.
Yeah, going back to the Soul Ring, actually, I never noticed how expensive Purge is because you never actually have to cast it. But it actually takes quite a large chunk of mana, so I guess Soul Ring is okay then, but I mean, he has not many points in level death. That's not going to be too useful. It's just a Doom and a Purge, I guess, is really what he wants to do. I still think he's up to something, though.
Yeah, there has to be something with it. I don't know what yet, but for right now, with the Purge and everything like that, it works out. But at the same time, unless you're fighting, the Purge is one of the most useless abilities for you to have as Doom. Because Purge is useless against creeps, essentially.
Here comes Nick's Assassin. He is spotted out, lift up into the air, dragged back to the clutches of nothing, actually. Vendetta stolen by Rubik, though. That's pretty huge. Does he get that hit from range? Tabo way out of position, actually. He's going to get blown up. Nick Assassin going to still realize that there's sentries over there. He's got to find another way into this fight. Or if they want to fight it at all, they're going to start putting down Plague Wards, but they might want to consider just sacking this tower. They're going to make it a trade at the very least.
Yeah, they're going to be able to trade a T1 for a T2, but I don't know how much that's actually going to be worth it. And Vendetta is one of those awesome skills to be able to grab from Rubik because, of course, the reason Vendetta is so great is an assassin because he's a melee hero. But he gets so much better when Doom out on Bristleback to try and kill him off, but he's able to keep on running. Doom isn't going to be able to kill him off. There's no need to dodge the Shadow Shaman. Ward's going to be able to do what they can do. Mech gets popped as well, so Bristleback back up to 500 HP. Doom now going to end, and he's perfectly fine. Reaching going to be coming back to him now. And this tower going to fall. 160 HP left on it with a fortification. And
oh,
now
Nisham.
actually, pick up and throw down on the Venomancer, and that's a dead Venomancer. Stun being thrown up by the Alchemist.
Sasu still sitting in the acid. Acid. 2 HP.
Will live. Yep. If that Plague Ward right there had hit him, that would have been a kill.
Lazy Plague Wards, man. Losing you the game.
Yep. You have to micro those Plague Wards, man. Easiest hero micro in the game. Come on.
It's 15-14 right now, 60 minutes into the game, so quite a high action game, all things considered, but the gold earned is in favor of Gamesboard, whereas the experience earned still in favor of the Dire, mostly because of that Doom packing both the Hand of Midas as well as the Devourer, clearing out creep camps like nobody's business. However, you would get all the experience, all the golds that you want. If you're actually not contributing in right clicks or spells or something, utility, then you're just going to be another dead hero. And speaking of another dead hero, I think Shredder just might die here.
Yep. Yeah, there's no real way for him. Let's try and keep you away, but it doesn't matter. Crystal Maiden's actually the one to grab the last seat there with an ultimate.
There's a blink forward from
double
Jenkins.
Hail from the Nick Assassin, canceling both the TPs. He's like therapist out. Trying to go. But Alchemist starting himself out here. Now Nick Assassin called rocket on hard place. Not really on hard place. Right away. Tabo might be the next target. Oh, and actually have the Gale time for Vendors as well. And double stun coming out from the Alchemist. Gonna hit both the Crystal Maiden and no. A lot of damage, and it's going to be done. He's still a kill for the.
Alright, you're cutting out way too much, so I'm going to call you back for just a second right now. Judging by your lack of response, I'm assuming that means you've been dropped. Yes, okay, there we go. So Nistagor is having a couple of issues, so my apologies if you couldn't hear him from the recording or whatever. But ultimately, CBP, they lose a couple heroes. They got way too greedy in trying to kill off a Crystal Maiden, and ultimately just fed her a double kill, which is, you know, not the worst thing in the world, but still, it will buy the Gamesboard side enough time, enough space to go for Roshan. Ward's going to be dropped from both sides, actually. Plague Ward spotting everything out, but really there's nothing a Venomancer can do about this. They need an Assassin to get in there. Has a Blink Dagger, can steal it. Let's see how Dendy he is. On a scale of 1 to Dendy. Are you Dendy? He's gonna snatch the Aegis. They're gonna clear out the wards. And that's it. They walk out. Nagasiren ultimate. Pretty damn good. Well-timed ultimate from the Nagasiren. Gonna find a Radiance? Are you kidding me? Where the... What? How the hell did she find enough money for a Radiance? What the... What? Alright, well, Nagasiren found a Radiance somewhere. I guess someone dropped it and she picked it up. But she got crushed in lane. I guess she just had a lot of free time to farm since she actually left that laning stage, because damn, 18 minutes, 19 minutes Radiance is not bad at all. When you have a 19-minute Radiance with a Nagasiren versus Razor matchup, that is just fantastic. So Fact or Fiction, he has a pretty big item right now. He's not too tanky, so the Radiance burn won't stay forever. He could easily be burst down. But it is a way to get damage done through the Razor damage steal. So like even if he steals Nagasiren's damage, he will still get burned. You can see it working right now. Blink forward from Jenkins. Well, he's got to be careful. There's Blink Daggers from the Initiators on both sides. Sasu's initiation going to be a lot cleaner though. Call back. You got it. So yeah, it's going to be a lot cleaner just because of the fact that Blink Hex is instant, whereas Blink Impale, you have a chance to dodge, and Impale is also a really hard skill to land.
Yep. Hopefully I'm back now. Oh,
yeah.
Radiance from Siren. That's not something I was expecting.
Yeah, you were cutting in and out during that last fight in the bottom lane.
Yeah. By the looks of it, they might be working with the lines right now. They're building a house up the street, and so Occasionally they mess up some things, and that's where workers are stupid sometimes.
Don't get paid enough.
Yeah,
Union stuff.
silly unions.
Alright, so it
Either
looks
way.
like tier 2 mid lane. They're not sacking it necessarily, but really there's no way for them to fight this. The Radiance Illusions onto the front line is going to do a lot of damage, especially to the Crystal Maiden. There's a 2-man Gale and a huge Impale onto 3. Is that going to be enough to actually clean this fight up? Sasu unable to get any spells off. There's the wards finally, but he's taking so much damage. He's going to drop eventually in exchange for only the Venomancer. Yes, please. Shredder right on the back end. Another Impale from Jenkins. Do a lot of damage from Gassior. He will get brought down. Jenkins, he will magic stick up. He has the Aegis anyway. He stole that previously. It's a complete team wipe going in the favor of the Dire. All in the back of this Nick Assassin play. Huge plays from Jenkins.
You know, just the way that team fight went couldn't have been a better start really for Gamesboard in the beginning, but suddenly just the instantaneous reaction on the side of the Dire to turn that entire fight around just did what I said, turned the entire fight around and got a complete team wipe against Gamesboard.
That was still without using Song of the Siren, so if
Yeah.
they now get teleported upon her, oh no, Refresher Doom, really? Really? Well, I was right about shenanigans. Everyone in the mid lane is going to escape, and well, Nick Assassin wasn't even in any danger. He had Aegis the entire time, so well, Sasu gonna get in there with the Hex, possibly on Tita. No, he's not going to go that way. He's going to go north, where Jenkins is still around. Nushem, though, he's going to be the sacrificial lamb. There's the shock to kill off the Aegis, but that's actually going to work against them, because now they have a full health, full man Nick Assassin to deal with. Has a Blink Dagger as well. Wants to go for Blacks. There you go. Impale, gonna miss. But doesn't matter. Got Shadow Shaman in exchange for the Aegis. I'd take that. That's fine.
Yep. Here. I'm having way too many net troubles. I'm going to need to go and bring down the stream. I might join you for game 3 if we have one, but good luck with this one. I'll see you later, okay?
Alright, later. Alright guys, I'm going to be on my own for the rest of this game, so hopefully that's not too angering for too many people. We have Nick Assassin, though, with double invisibility and a gem, so this guy is the king of invis, or lack thereof. Been doing absolute work so far. Doesn't have an Aegis, but he's going to find Blacks. Let's see how good his Impales are. They are good enough. One hit, Blacks is dead. No Blink Dagger needed. Finding kill after kill, and Boots of Travel up on Naga Siren. She's farming like an absolute madman. Jeez, this Naga Siren. Using that Radiance to clear off multiple jungle camps at the same time. And, well, she'll always be in that fight. Teleportation into the Song of the Siren ult. That's a pretty great way to bail out your allies, though. Not really too sure who she wants to be bailing out, since she, at this point, I think is doing the most damage output. Doom has gone for the Refresher Orb, and, well, we have a stun onto Gazior. I don't think there's going to be any follow-up. Tabo's going to get a stun out, but he's going to get hexed in retaliation. They have enough damage, they have enough lockdown to kill off this Alchemist for free. And in the meantime, we have Nushem trying to pick a fight with CM, but all of a sudden it's a 1v4. It's a double kill for Gassior. CBP getting a little bit over aggressive there. Shredder, he has the Refresher Orb, so he wants to fight with it. Though, again, he doesn't really have any great Doom targets. If you Doom Razor, he's still going to be stealing your damage, unless you hit him before that, which is decent. He probably is going to have the Eye of the Storm already up, so that's not going to be doing anything. His spellcasts aren't really threatening. I guess going for Shadow Shaman is great, but then what? Do you Doom Rubik? Do you Doom CM? Refresher Orb at this point I think is a little bit overkill. Shiva's definitely going to help a lot, and here we go. Song of the Siren to initiate. They catch 3, and they might... Well, they're going to pot Wezer. They see Jenkins, and there's the instant hex, actually. Jenkins is unable to secure the kill. He's going to get the wards dropped on him and shackled as well. He's going to die. So it's already a Nick Assassin down. The stun from Tabo, unable to find a target. Factor Fiction going to try to chase down this Bristleback, but he's just way too tanky with that armlet. Factor Fiction instead going to try to go for the CM. He will find that kill. Now try to go toe-to-toe with the Bristleback. That won't happen either. It's 2 for 2 so far. Tabo still in this fight, going to try to find this Bristleback. Won't be able to do so. Shredder coming down from the bottom end. Does not have a Doom available. Doesn't have a mana. Doesn't have any lockdown. No one has any lockdown. Nushem a little bit too far away, so the wards get dropped ultimately for an even fight. Of course, Naga Siren does go down, and the Nyx, so a lot more high-profile targets go down for the Dire than for the Radiant Shadow Shaman, as well as CM, somewhat expendable. They already got all of their big stuff out, with the exception of a Freezing Field, but it's not really something that you depend upon in all of those fights. So the score is perfectly tied up, 24 to 24. Gold earned, about 0. Experience earned, 2,500 in favor of the Dire. This Naga Siren plus Doom combination doing a lot of work to keep them into this game. And, well, Gamesboard, it looked like they were quite ahead for quite a while, but right now it's not looking like that's quite the case. Black's going to try to force staff his way up to the low ground. Impale will prevent him from getting away. Zap goes the Dagon. Rubik goes down. Acid, maybe clear some Ancients. No, Roshan, not yet up either. This next Assassin, 12-5-4, Dagon, Blink Dagger, Arcane Boots, 25 minutes in. He's an absolute terrifying hero right now, especially once the Dagon gets upgraded a little bit more. However, you get all the kills you want in the Nyx Assassin. It doesn't really matter if you can't end the game. And as far as game enders go, they have Naga Siren, who is being farmed at this point like a carry. But Nyx Assassin farmed is, he can pick off one person, but that's about it. You need something else to fall back on. Nyx Assassin, as big as he's going to get, at a certain point you got to question, will this farm be better on someone else? And, well, for right now, I think they're perfectly happy that Nyx Assassin is completely stacked. He could, as you could see from the Rubik, insta-give people if he doesn't get hexed up and shackled in Serpent Wards. Yeah, he has a lot of opportunities, and he's not even level 16 yet. His Dagon can only get stronger. His damage output is going to keep increasing, and it's probably going to increase faster than the Gamesboard side can increase their health pools. Factor Fiction going to get chased down a little bit, though there's the Radiance doing a lot of damage to everyone. You can see how much the Bristleback actually cares about that, though. He has Vlad's, he has Armlet, he's very, very tanky, and OCM. It was nice knowing you. Force Staff, that was a fast Force Staff, but Blink Forward, Dagon. Wezzer's going to get stunned from the Carapace, and now Sasu going to drop everything? No, just the Shackle. He has backup right behind him. Jenkins is going to be dead. R.I.P. Jenkins, a little bit too greed, and very, very quick Force Staff from the Crystal Maiden. So Wezzer on top of things. Bottom lane, going to get teleported upon Factor Fiction. Going to pop the Song of Siren, ultimate, and walk away. Everyone gets to just walk away. Yasha completed on her now. Some much needed damage, so Radiance to accelerate into a Yasha. Most likely going to be... Well, I actually prefer going for Diffusal Blade first, though going for Yasha into Heart of Tarask won't be terrible either, just because the Bristleback clearly is capable of tearing through your illusions. You need something to keep your illusions alive. Mantis Ultimate Orb helps, but I think you got to go a little bit deeper into the survivability pool. So we'll see what she wants to pick up now. Could just be Mantis Diffusal Blade, but then she's sitting at 1366 HP, whereas she's up against several heroes that are above 1000 HP, or a lot. Or at least the Razor, 1700, 2200 in the Bristleback. Factor Fiction is going to need a lot more health if she actually wants to get value out of this Radiance, especially when you consider her illusions are giving that Radiance aura. Gazior going to pop off the Eye of the Storm. Serpent Wards drop down, and the tower is starting to take quite a beating. There's no Song of the Siren ultimate to start this off. There's a stun going to fly onto the Naga Siren and a Doom. Number 1 going to go from Shredder. Instantly the CM does go down. Jenkins, though, doomed up as well. He's going to drop in an instant. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Nusham, you don't want to be doing this. It's a bad idea. Shredder going to get another Doom. No, that was a stolen Doom, actually, by the Rubik. I was wondering why there were so many Dooms everywhere. So Doom number 2 goes off onto Sazu, but really, is it doing anything? The answer, of course, is no. I mean, he dooms them and runs away. It does a lot of damage, I guess, but that's not really enough. Aghanim Scepter almost up in the Shadow Shaman, and the siege is going to continue. They have the Eye of the Storm up in 20 seconds. It's not the best siege for them to be taking. They need the Serpent Wards. They're going to take a confident push. But hell, they're keeping CBP back in their base. In the meantime, bottom lane is pushing out. Top lane is pushing towards the Dire side. So Gamesboard, a little bit of commitment onto this mid lane, bring this tower down to a little bit less than half of its HP. But 26-26, still a very, very even game thus far. Could really go either way, though. I think Doom needs to get actually something to contribute to this fight, because double Doom, as cute as it sounds, you could see how much it did. It actually, did nothing. It's like, oh, I'll nuke you, and I spent 1,000,000 gold to get that Refresher Orb to nuke you. Shiva's Guard definitely going to help, being that a lot of the damage from the other end is going to be physical. Razor is going to be doing physical, as is the Bristleback. Some pretty good synergy between the two heroes as well. But now I think Doom needs a threat. And the threat of the Refresher Orb is not that big a threat. Unlike Ravage, where it's like, hey, we have to find this Tidehunter and play around this Tidehunter. If you play around the Doom, then, oh, well, that was a bad idea, Nyx. That was a terrible idea. I don't know what you were thinking there. But, R.I.P. Why would you do that? I don't... He's like, he hit them and then tried to blink, but it just didn't work. AC now up on the Bristleback. Mantis is completed on the Naga Siren, so she's farming. so very quickly. Considering her start, she is outrageously farmed. But yeah, the Doom, there's not much counterplay. You let him Doom you because you can't really do anything about that, and then you just take it. It's like, so what, you doomed me. We're still alive in this fight. We're not all 5-man stunned taking, you know, like 700 damage each. It's one person taking damage, and that's not really a terribly huge deal. Jenkins, once again, being way too greedy. What are you doing, Jenkins? Jenkins, god damn it, Jenkins. Now Nusham tagged with the goo as well. Gonna try a TP out of there. It will not be enough. Radiance illusions from the Naga Siren pushing both the mid as well as the top lanes. Forcing CM to teleport back. Razor's going to come back. I think Factor Fiction. No, he can't take this. He might be able to, but there's no point in risking it. Roshan can be brought down. There is a double Doom up on Shredder. He needs to get one on Sasu, but he's going to get doomed himself. Oh, Shredder. Looks like the Doomer has become the Doomie. He's stuck. He's going to go down the Serpent Wars. Here comes Factor Fiction. He can try to go for Blacks, but he's not tanky after this. With the Bristol back on the front lines doing so much work. Tabo trying to get in the way. There's the Song of the Siren, though. Everyone just chill. Everyone chill. We're going to back up. We're going to finish this later. But Factor Fiction is really not capable of doing that much else at this point in time. He has to heal up. Serpent Wards have been dropped, unable to attack Roshan, but I don't think it matters at this point. Bristleback is doing so much damage right now, and Roshan's going to drop. Shredder, you just got to run because you know that Sasu has a Blink Dagger, and if he gets a little bit too close, or if you get a little bit too close to CM, then Shredder is just going to die for a second time. Buyback, you just used it. Look at that. Shredder's dead. Shredder has been defeated. Eat your hearts out, TMNT. And now Shadow Shaman, unfortunately without any wards, unable to demolish this tower, though I think they are powerful enough to just straight push it anyway. The old-fashioned way. Factor Fiction going to keep sending these illusions out. No split pushing is going on right now. Huge Riptide doing a lot of damage, but the mech instantly in retaliation. Tabo going to get lifted up, dragged back into the clutches of the Radiant team. Song of the Siren, oh, blocking the Venomancer ult. It's a level 2 ult. That would have done a lot of damage, but let's see how much follow-up they have. Stun to Blacks is not good enough. Once again, the Naga Siren illusion is going to flow right in, but not doing anything, much of anything at all. Net onto the Bristleback. Factor Fiction needs to get in there for the damage. Dagon doing pretty much nothing. And a huge Vendetta hit with the minus armor from the Acid. Bringing down that Rubik. Blink forward. Forward Impale plus a Mana Burn. Going to kill off Sasu. Factor Fiction still around. They're going to kill off Wizard. They're probably going to kill off Sasu as well. Oh, yes, they will, in fact, get both. Unless Wizard gets a huge freezing field off. But it's big, not big enough. They hold, and they take 4 down as well. Razor getting the only one to get out there alive, and that was, by the way, a 4v5 fight. Next Assassin doing some pretty heavy hitting, and Naga Siren keeping herself alive. She had a heart, being able to, duck in, duck out of those fights. That would make it so much easier for them. And now Gazier going to get hit with that net, and look at the damage. Radiance Burn, I think, is the thing that killed him off. I don't really know what the plan was there for Razor, because Naga Siren's a threat. I don't know if he's heard the news, but she's pushing pretty damn aggressively, and now she has 3,200 gold in the bank. She has 1,700 health. This is one terrifying hero. Manta-style illusions, and just look at this tower drop. So it's either Heart or Diffusal Blade, I think, for the Naga Siren next. And CBP, they're looking pretty good this game. They got the Bristleback down and just chipped him down. Bristleback, he's tanky, but if you bring him down slowly but surely, all of a sudden, he's a very easy hero to take down, especially with all the minus armor that they have on him. Mid tier 2 gonna get dropped really easily as well. Denial attempt, 1 HP. I've actually never seen this before. Literally the tower surviving at 1 HP. CM with the denial. Well played by the CM. You see the Radiance Burn doing pretty much nothing to the Bristleback at this point. Serpent Wars do get dropped on Shredder. Can he get out of here? Factor Fiction needs to bail someone out. There's a Song of the Siren, and I think it's time for everyone to run. Kill the wards because you can, and then back the hell up. No, that's not fast enough. They're going to catch Tabo. Stun being stolen. No, Acid being stolen. Blink forward from Sasu. Going to get the Hex onto Tabo. Nushem is just hiding. Stun is going, and Nushem is going to teleport away. Stun onto Sasu as well as the Bristleback. Losing the Alchemist. That's completely okay unless Jenkins. Oh, Jenkins is now in a little bit of trouble. Vendetta? Is there any True Sight? That was just a blink into a Dagon, level 2. Jenkins looking for True Sight, I think. You could kill off the Crystal Maiden, and is there... There's no True Sight here. Crystal Maiden is going to die. It'll be a trade. It's just a hit into Dagon with the Vendetta. Or just hit. How much damage does this do? 550? No, you need a hit into Dagon. That's a kill. we'll see. Nick Assassin, he's been punished for being a little bit too greedy before in this game, so probably wouldn't be in his best interest to do that. Now we're going to spot out the Bristleback. Once again, Gamesboard going to go straight down the mid lane, but they have the Serpent Wards, which is... No, they don't have Serpent Wards. Well, this is a bad idea, guys. You probably shouldn't be doing this. Go for the top tier 2 tower. Nice and easy. No sense going into a tier 3 with this many Plague Wards up. It's just not going to happen. Factor Fiction could be split pushing right now with the Boots of Travel that he has. Instead, he can use his illusion power to hold out the mid lane. He is going for the heart at this point, so very, very tanky illusions that do some pretty good damage with the Manta as well as Radiance. I think going for heart, sell the bottle, get a Diffusal Blade, jump the Diffusal Blade to level 2. Can't really get much better than that. Naga Siren is then decked out. You might even want to consider ditching the Radiance for more power into your illusions. Not really a big fan of Radiance on Naga Siren, but yeah, whatever works. Riptide being stolen by Rubik, pretty damn useless, but we see a big smoke up now. The charge being led by Nick Assassin. Song of the Siren will catch everyone out. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Sasu? I think it's got to be Sasu. They have double Doom, and Sasu's just going to blink his way out of there, though he's going to get stunned regardless. Shredder going to try to chase down Sasu, will get the Doom off, so there's going to be no Plague Wards this fight. Naga Siren does as much damage as she can. Kasur dropping low as well, trying to take out the Doom. Doom a little bit too quick, though. Has another Doom, although Sasu as well as Jenkins, they're both doomed up. Stolen by Rubik once again. Jenkins is going to get burned down eventually. Tabo going to get shredded by that Razor. This time, Gamesboard take a much better fight. Naga Siren unable to stay and fight, and Doom once again with absolutely no threat. Yes, he got the Doom out on the Shadow Shaman, but Shadow Shaman, he died eventually. That's it. That's all the Doom can do at this point. He needs an Assault Cuirass. That's what he needs. He won't be hitting the hardest. I mean, 200 damage a pop isn't terrible by any means, but he needs something to make him a threat. And an aura from Shiva's Guard, the occasional threat of level death or Doom, that's not nearly enough. Factor Fiction now has Song of the Siren, so she will be able to hold this. I don't think they're going to lose their Araxis here, especially with the amount of illusions that are coming in. Like, illusions coming out of the woodwork. Gazier dropping down pretty low from that one, actually. And she could use her Song of the Siren to... Oh, never mind. There's Song of the Siren. Time to clear off these wards. Go, go, go. Kill them all. And now do they want to fight? Shiva's Guard is active, and instantly the Hex on the Factor Fiction, but Razor is already dead. The Shackle on the Factor Fiction will be broken by a level death, and he's taking so much damage. He's going to get Frostbitten up. 100 HP. Factor Fiction will live at 130 HP, 90 HP. Another Impale onto Black. It's going to be a complete team wipe with a buyback. Razor is going to be the only one alive from this one, and Naga Siren with the Reaver, with the tanky build that she has, or tanky enough rather, going to be taking all the hits, and Shredder staying alive, keeping his Naga Siren buddy alive with the level death that with the mini stun attached to that level death, breaking that shackle, which if channeled for just a little bit longer would have for sure killed off that Siren. But now she has a heart. Now she has a heart, and now she can go for even more damage. You can already see how much damage she's doing. Add more damage to that, and you have yourself a very large threat. So I guess Doom, you could sit by, do nothing, because we have a Naga Siren for all the threat. Offlane Naga Siren, by the way. This Naga Siren did not have anything close to protected farm. Still has Song of the Siren, but their pushing isn't that strong. They are 5v3, but going uphill into that, it's a little bit dangerous. They would much rather fight in an open area where they can take their fights with the Song of the Siren as they please. This was also a level 1 net the entire time. I didn't even realize that. Net generally is a pretty good skill to level up. The difference between 2 and 5 seconds is pretty substantial. I would say it's 3 seconds substantial. Maybe. Song of the Siren, Naga Siren. Played as carry. Me and Nist were discussing it before. This is a little bit more of what I favor from Naga Siren, because not only can she bail you out, not only can she, get the ensnares and riptides out, she'll be able to whoop your ass at the same time. And if she gets this much farm, I guess, the argument is kind of off because she has this much farm and you can't really count on a hero to have this much farm ever. But she is going to be doing work. She has 2,300 gold. She could almost just straight buy up a Diffusal Blade. And by sending off these illusions constantly into this lane, she's going to burn down the creep wave, she's going to burn down the enemy heroes and soften them up. So once the fight actually starts to come about, they will all be short a little bit of HP, though. They're not taking that much damage from it. There's a good amount of value from that. They're all going to go down that mid lane, it looks like. Shredder still up on top side, does not have double doom just yet, though it will come soon enough. In the meantime, Jenkins as well as Tabo pushing out that bottom lane very, very slowly, but they will eventually bring down the tower if there's no response. They should respond. Yeah, there's smoke. They're going to respond. Now Tabo, TP right now or die. Radiant's Courier going to get killed, I think, by Nick Assassin. Tabo has a blink, but he's going to get a little bit too overconfident. There's the blink into TP. Is there a lift up? There is! RIP Tabo. Telekinesis is going to slam the trees down. Tabo's so greedy. I mean, come on, man. Come on. They get the Courier in exchange for the Alchemist. You can see this is how Naga Siren's getting all her money. Farming up all the jungle camps at the same time, and then split pushing. Has Mantis-style illusion still. Has a lot of mana, though she doesn't have TP. She's going to keep pushing out that top wave. Shadow Shaman's going to come in, but he's got to be careful. He could shock the Naga Siren illusions, but still, he's not doing that much. He's getting, like, thrashed right now. This is not a good place for Shadow Shaman to be. In the meantime, Impale from Jenkins getting the land of Doom onto that Bristleback, which is pretty heavy damage. Where's the second Doom? You gotta cast it, bro. You gotta cast it now, or else you're gonna waste value. Factor Vision is coming straight for Blacks. Chop, chop, chop. There goes that Nyx. There's secondary Doom onto Gazier, holding it for a very long time. But that will be another kill. It's a double kill for Factor Fiction. And it's a GG call. Sasu's gonna call it. Ladies and gentlemen, Factor Fiction. What a Naga Siren performance. Get to choose a permanent and put it into play. I think that's what it is. Factor Fiction, the card. It's no, that's Show and Tell. Factor Fiction is you get to draw cards and they get to tell you what you'll get. And I guess Gamesboard, they chose wrong. So that's gonna be it. CBP bag of chips with pepperoni. It's going to be your Season 2 Week 2 winners. And congratulations to them. I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. Unfortunately, Nist had to drop out. Internet issues. You can't really account for that. But, yeah, hopefully you guys will tune in next week. And hopefully there will be fewer technical errors next time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. And once again, thanks to our sponsors, eGamingBets.com, for making sure that we have a prize pool so that all these teams could get together and be fighting for something other than a little bit of pride. So thanks to them, and that's going to be it, guys. GG.